209 WINX with Jack Alix, Ed Walker here this afternoon, and we are tracing the roots of rock and roll and tracing the tracks of my tears. Smokey Robinson, Smokey Bill, and the Miracles. Do you remember on 1600 WINX?
People say I'm the life of the party 'cause I tell a joke or two. Although I might be laughing loud and hearty, deep inside I'm blue. So take a good look at my face. You'll see my smile looks out of place. If you look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my tears. I need you, need you. Since you left me, if you see me with another girl, seeming like I'm having fun. Although she may be cute, she's just a substitute because you're the permanent one. So take a good look at my face. Oh, you see my smile. Yeah, look a little bit closer and it's easy. Oh, the tracks of my tears. Oh, I need you, need you. Hey, I'm masquerading. My hope is fading. Ooh, yeah, since you put me down, my smile is my makeup I wear since my breakup with you. Baby, take a good look at my, oh, you'll see my smile looks out of, yeah, just look closer and it's easy. Oh, the tracks of my tears, baby, 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 take a good look at my
WINX 1600. It's 211. I'm Jack Alix, Ed Walker. We're tracing the roots of rock. We're tracing the tracks of tears. We're tracing the history, actually the history of radio on the AM dial in the Washington area. And Ed, we are having fun. We just said fun is one of the elements of radio. It's not as much
It's gone.
fun.
It is
Yeah,
fun.
what
You know,
happened?
I don't get me started because I sound like. But you know, nowadays another 10 in a row right here. Hey, that's not the way we did it, right?
Yep, we had a lot of fun doing this.
We had a lot of fun. No money, but a lot of fun.
That's right. And I tell you, I'm going to say thank you to you because I'm going to head off.
I've got to go back. Plane, don't you?
I got to go back to Kansas City, but I want to thank
Jack,
WINX.
good to see you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I got to see you.
Well, I'm glad to see you, and I want to thank WINX for inviting me. And whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, I'm coming back here. I'll miss it.
All right. Good luck in Kansas
We're going to have
City.
Jack Lennon here. Jack, come on in. We'll be back in just a second on WINX.
The word is out. Rosenthal Tyson's Mazda is up 80% over last year in sales. Why? Because we're giving deals that are better than this store has ever done before. Not only that, Rosenthal Tyson's Mazda is up 35% in service. Why? Because we're taking care of our customers like never before. Now, as our special thank you, we're continuing our exceptional prices through June on all Mazdas and continuing the kind of service that made us the largest Mazda dealership in the United States. Rosenthal Tyson's Mazda on Route 7 in Tyson's Corner, Virginia.
Rediscover the automobile. Feel excited when you take the wheel. You want to see it all. Come ride with Rosenthal. Rosenthal Nissan Mazda. The future is here.
Local traffic has increased and cars get dirtier. Smart drivers go to the car wash in the Giant Flagship Center at Randolph Road and Rockville Pike. Hours are convenient. Exterior wash Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6. Sunday, 8 a.m. till 5. Full service hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. Also, ask about the special wax job, only $27.95, regularly $35 for most cars. For an appointment, call the car wash in Giant Flagship Center, Randolph Road and Rockville Pike at 881-8838.
When Washingtonian Magazine searched for restaurants where the food is great and the prices are low, the Würzburg House in Rockville made the list. They're known for great German food at affordable family prices. According to Washingtonian Magazine, the Würzburg House has satisfying food served in a warm setting. They feature beef, veal, pork, and chicken, along with their famous potato pancakes, bread dumplings, and sauerbraten. For dessert, you must try the plump cinnamon apple strudel. Mention this ad, receive 2-for-1 dessert. The Würzburg House is in the Red Mill Shopping Center on Muncaster Mill Road. And stop by the Würzburg Market just a few doors down for fine German food. Call them now, 330-0402. 330-0402. Discover the German restaurant featured in Washingtonian Magazine, the Würzburg House. A little touch of Europe in your neighborhood.
WINX.
You're listening to Ed Walker, who with Willard Scott performed as the Joy Boys, a 20-year Washington radio tradition on WRC, and now host of Ed Walker's Washington on Channel 8.
Ed, I want to thank you so much for joining us here today on the AM Radio Reunion.
Lots of fun.
I think we have a caller on the phone that would like to speak with you.
We do? Okay. Hi, caller. How you doing?
How you doing? Is this Ed Walker?
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you, I almost drove off the road when I heard you on the air.
Hey, how about that? Who is this?
It's John from Rockville.
John.
I just had to say hello, Ed, because I'm a former Joy Boys fan.
Yes, sir.
When I was a kid, I used to have to steal my father's transmitter radio, the portable kind. I'd hide it under my pillow. He'd come in and make sure I was sleeping, and I could hear you guys, you and Willard, through my pillow.
Hey, I've heard that story so many times from guys who are now big in business and everything, and they would, instead of doing their homework, they would listen to us. We were on like 7 to 10 at night.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was going to say my saddest moment was when you guys had to check out at about 10 o'clock at night, and I'll tell you what, that was some of my finest memories. I used to fall asleep to you guys. Not that you guys put me to sleep now, but it was a great time. And is that you're teaming up with Jack Alix right now?
Well, he went to the airport. He has a plane to catch.
All right.
He's either got a plane to catch or he's a red cap out at the airport. I'm not sure.
Well, Ed, I just had to say hello. I'm not one to usually call in, but I've been listening. It started off this morning with Barry Richards, and he was a wild man, as always.
Yes.
And then now he's got the Road Pro in there. I'm glad you're doing the afternoon shift, and I'm going to get back to my radio and listen to what you have to say, but I just want to say hey.
Hey, bless your heart, and thanks for calling.
All right, Ed.
I appreciate it, John. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Right. Isn't that something? Yeah. You know, I heard Barry Richards this morning, Jack, and when he was playing some of the records, you know, we never played that rock and roll. We played the cover records at WRC. We played like Ray Conniff, Percy Faith, you know, none of the hits.
Yeah, but you know, people tuned in to hear you and Willard, not the music.
I think that might have been the case. The music sure wasn't getting the audience, that's for sure.
Radio has changed so much, Ed, and it's so refreshing this weekend to hear the way radio used to be and the excitement of personalities like yourself.
I wish we could bring it back. Maybe what goes around comes around. I certainly hope so, because there's a real need that isn't met, not only here but in most all cities. I think people want to be talked to. They want to be entertained, and there's so much controversy and so many axes to grind. And one of the things, and Willard and I always prided ourselves on this, Jack, that we never had fun at anybody else's expense. Oh, we would kid the sponsor, but we would never knock his product. And we never did anything that was, I think, untoward as far as insulting people. And we really had a lot of fun doing it. And we were naughty occasionally. And we would bridge the generation gap because we had kids and their parents. And we were proud of that fact. I hope it comes back sometime.
Well, the amazing thing is, for all of us working in Washington radio, then you were setting the standard for how to entertain on the radio waves. And we used to listen to you guys every afternoon and try to learn something.
Well, I don't know. Then what's to learn from what we did? I don't know, but I appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
Ed, we have a wide-open phone line if anyone wants to call and talk to you. It's area code 301, and our wide-open line is 424-9292.
That's right.
The fun is on AM, WINX. Where were you on
us in the AM radio reunion. Ed Walker, we are so pleased to have you today.
Good to be with you, Jack. This is a lot of fun, bringing back the old days and some of the old guys. I wonder about the tie-in between us and dinosaurs, though. That's bothered me. That bothers me just a little bit. Dinosaurs are almost extinct, and so are we, I think.
Oh, not at all. Personality never will be, Ed. Let me ask you, do you listen much to radio now?
Well, I listen to some of the talk radio. I do listen to some of that, but the music, I play my records for the most part. They're not playing the music that I particularly want to hear on radio.
And what was the lineup on WRC when you were there?
When I was there, the morning man was Al Ross. He is no longer with us. Al was in Baltimore before that. He was on. Then we had, for a while, Larry Walton. Remember Larry Walton?
Oh, yeah.
And Betty Grobley did a talk show. And for a time, I was on in the afternoon for a while. And then they moved us to nighttime. And let's see, then they had Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly was in there. That's right. And then Willard and I were on at night. Stan Karras was the overnight man. And so that's the way it was. We had a few changes from time to time. And the program director for part of that time was Dick Denham, who used to work here.
He sure did. We were talking about him earlier, and I think he's in Memphis now, Ed.
He was with a jingle company or something like that.
Ed, I'm very pleased to have in the studio, just walked in, Dave Tate. And I guess you folks met many years ago, right, Dave?
I would like to just relate a little story, Ed.
Do I want to hear this, Dave?
No, I think you'll find it interesting.
Okay.
One of the things I think about you fellows at WRC, you and Willard, you were so gracious to the young broadcasters who were coming up. You may not remember this, but back in the 60s, I got on a DC Transit bus with a friend of mine, Steve Foreman, and we went down to WRC and asked you and Willard if we could sit in on your show, and you were so gracious to let us sit in. And actually, one of the things that you may not know, those of you who are new to the area or haven't listened, really Willard was kind of the straight man on the show. You were really the creative force, in my view. Willard was good. Well, we don't want to take anything away from Willard, but your voices, how many voices do you do?
I never really checked, but he did voices too. We had pretty low-budget shows. So I guess we had about a dozen voices that we would do. The regulars, we had the old man, which is my voice now, the old granddad, that. Yeah, sure. Here's one of the tunes. It was recorded back in 19. I don't know. That character we did, and we did a lot of others. But I never really took stock as to how many we did do.
I remember sitting in the studio, and it was just a marvelous thing to watch. Especially watching you talk up network news at the top of the hour. Can you explain how you did that?
Well, let's see. We used to try to back time some of the records. Then I had a Braille clock, and I'd keep my hand on the clock. Is that what you mean? And count, and just watch it come around and hope the clock was set right. And we'll be back, back with more of the Joy Boys after NBC News on the hour. Beep, and then the thing would come in.
And the ID was?
WRC FM, NBC in Washington.
And NBC News on the Hour with Bryson Rash, or
oh yes,
we used to say Diaper Rash occasionally.
Diaper Rash, yes. Cal Thomas was a newsman there. We had a local newsman named Howard Streeter.
Oh, yeah.
And Willard used to call him Howard Cheetah. And he got to us one day. We said, "Here's Howard Cheetah in the news," and he went like a monkey, that type of thing. But one of the funniest things that Willard ever did to me, remember, I don't know if we had it when you were down there visiting us, we had this big metal trash can that we kept our sound effects in. And we kept it between the two of us. And a summer engineer had come back to visit, and unbeknownst to us, he brought a cherry bomb, one of those illegal cherry bombs, and he put it in this trash can and lit it just as we were signing off on a Friday night. And I'm saying, and that's it for another week here on the Joy Boy Show. Ed Walker, Willard Scott, be sure to hear bang, this thing goes off. My ears are ringing. And I said, and this is Ed Walker, and no Willard. And I thought, oh my gosh, they got him, Said, I signed the show off. I'm shaking. My ears are ringing. And now it's time for News on the Hour. And then the door opens. I walk out in the control room, and there's Willard. He said, I was going to come back for you. It flattened this trash can. He made a quick getaway and left me there to hang, It was unbelievable. True story. Anyway, we brought some tapes with us.
Oh, excellent.
And one of the things, have you got anything queued up in there?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. You have the first thing or the second thing?
They don't know.
Right. That's the theme. Oh, let's listen to the old Joy Boys sing.
Excellent. Big memory.
This is us singing, by the way. Billy Mays Orchestra. You can't get a better band than that, can you?
We are the Joy Boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro. We are the Joy Boys of radio. We chase electrons to and fro.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Joy Boy Show. Walker and Scott here. We'll have some interesting things happening. Well, we always said that, but never did, but we always used to say that.
No, you didn't.
That was taken from a show, and I must tell you this story. If you want to cue up the next piece there, we'll run that too. They had a bomb scare up at Nebraska Avenue one time, and they said, everybody leave the building except the engineers and the people on the air.
Oh, great.
We were on the air. And the engineer said, I don't know, my union doesn't tell me I got to stay in here for this, you know. So then the memo comes out, everybody is to make a tape in case of a future bomb scare. So we went in and recorded a whole show, and it never got on the air. I found that tape, and that's what we're lifting part of this from. But this next piece that we have...
We've got it queued up.
Okay, this goes back to, I guess, 1970, when the public television first started the Masterpiece Theater with Alistair Cook. You remember that? Who has since retired. And so we did our own version of The Six Wives of Henry VIII. We did it for a week. And I've chosen the final episode. This is the final chapter in the story of The Six Wives of Henry VIII. And it goes like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alistair Cook, and welcome to Master Puss Theatre. Yes. Master Puss Theatre is made possible by a grant from the Siamese Cat Lovers of the World and Catnip Growers United. And so we come to the end of Henry VIII and his six wives. We have seen Henry through Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, who lost her head over romance, Jane Seymour, the one woman Henry really loved and who did bear him a son, Anne of Cleves, the German princess he married through a catalog and got rid of her through the exit out of the back of the castle, and Catherine Howard, who was executed for misconduct. And today, the story of Catherine Parr, the one woman, the queen who did indeed outlive Henry. For those time standards, Henry lived to be quite an old man. Henry was near 60. He was in the castle that afternoon, musing to himself about the successes of his reign as King of England.
This is Willard, right?
The success of Phase 1, Phase 2,
no, this is me,
of bringing the boys home, and going overseas and making new friends in Europe for the Queen and the King. And so he sits that final afternoon with the Queen, Catherine Parr, watching The Late Show.
No
Johnny
script.
Carson, I
no
believe
script.
it was. Let's join the scene, shall we?
Yes, in my years of reign in this kingdom, I think I've made it perfectly clear. I've tried to be a good monarch.
Yes, you have, Henry, but let's face it, your wife, Catherine Parr, needs a younger man. Let's face it, Henry, you're not up to par.
Oh, that was a bad line.
Well, Henry, I'm going downtown to one of those singles clubs where I might find a bit of action.
Don't leave me. Catherine, don't take your love to town.
Catherine Parr, the Queen, saw her Henry for the last time, even though she did not know that herself. And after Henry finally succumbed, she would then marry Seymour. Seymour, that rogue whom she had loved in earlier days. Seymour, who had chased Elizabeth I around the castle, sometimes behind the bushes. And now, Henry's alone. And his faithful friend, the Chancellor, visits for the last time.
Is that you, Chancellor?
Yes, my lord, it is I.
Chancellor of all my subjects, you and you alone have stood by me for 45 years.
Yes, sir.
Chancellor, hand me those papers and that plume. I must sign these important papers before I cash in. Help me sign these. Yeah.
Yes,
that
sir.
one. And that one.
Yes, sir.
And that one.
Yes, sir. This one, sir.
Yes, that's the one.
This one, sir.
And that one.
This one, sir.
No wonder I'm worn out.
This one, sir.
All of these papers to sign.
This one, sir.
A king's work is never done.
This one, sir. And finally, this one.
Finally, this one. Thank you.
May I ask one question, sir?
Certainly.
These papers you signed,
Yes, sir.
are they affairs of state that will change the course of
No.
history?
They're affairs of mine.
What are they?
Alimony checks for all of my wives.
Yes, sir.
And now that I've done that, I can see the Grim Reaper. I feel that cold, icy stare.
You're leaving us, sir.
I think this is it.
It's all over. It's all over. It's all over.
Good heavens.
What's that, sir?
I saw a vision of loveliness, as though it were by the doorway.
My daughter, sir.
I thought it was your daughter.
My daughter. She's over there.
How old is she?
18, sir.
Lovely. My dear, come over here and talk to me. Let me look at you. Lovely. Help me up. Help me up.
So Henry went out the way he came in. And so we come to the end of Master Puss Theater production, Henry VIII. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, that was one of the. That's the kind of stuff we used to do, and
that was mostly unscripted.
All unscripted. Willard maybe wrote part of the intro or something, but that kept us in the boss's office most of the time. Stuff like that.
You know, this is radio parody before Saturday Night Live. You know. This was a unique sound on the radio during that time, or at any time for that matter.
Well, we had a lot of fun doing it. And, of course, we idolized Bob and Ray, who sort of were the pioneers in this sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Clavin and Finch. I don't know if you remember Gene Clavin, who used to work in the Washington area. And it was fun. We created pictures. A lot of our humor was kind of inside.
I remember once you did a contest disclaimer where you said, and this is true, and it relates to this event we're experiencing today. Every station had to do a contest disclaimer.
Oh, yeah.
Advertisers and employees of NBC, the National Broadcasting Company, RCA or WRC, AM, FM, and television are not eligible to win this contest. That means that you guys at WINX can play.
Did we do that?
Yes, I was in the studio when you did that.
I don't remember that. We had a contest one time called the Around the Beltway contest, just as a gag. And we started this contest, and we started getting people sent us box tops, sent us in box tops or something like that. And the biggest box top we got was a crate that somebody had gotten a refrigerator in, the top of a crate. And this little contest started out with nothing, and it ended up we had limo service around the Beltway. You spent the night at the Sheraton Hotel in Silver Spring. You got traveler's checks from Citizens Bank, and it really turned out to be a lot of fun. And it just, on a whim, we just talked about it on the air. You know, we never knew what we were going to do. We just played it from, right off the shoulder.
Well, it was great radio, and Ed Walker, I want to shake your hand.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you for being so gracious to me when I was a young broadcaster. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Jack Lennon again, and we'll continue this on this historic day in Washington radio, the WINX AM radio reunion. Truly one of the giants of Washington radio, Ed Walker. Thank you.
I bet you got some business to take care of here, don't you? I've been going on and on and on and on. You want to take a commercial break, as they say, or what do you want to do here? What do we do? All right, why don't we take care of any business that you guys might have?
It's the return of Saturday Night at the Fights. This Saturday on pay-per-view, when former undisputed heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield returns to duke it out with Alex the Destroyer Stewart. The winner takes on world heavyweight champion Riddick Bowe this fall. Holyfield wants another shot at Bowe, but must first destroy the Destroyer Saturday night. Not an easy feat. Stewart has 32 knockouts and 32 wins. Also on the ticket, two-time world champion Vinny Pazienza takes on Lloyd Hannigan in a 12-round middleweight bout. You don't need to know Donald Trump to get your ringside seats for this fight. You don't even have to leave your home. Cable TV Montgomery will bring the fight right to you. Call 762-1222 to order this fight today. That's 762-1222. Also in Spanish with SAP. A promotion of Main Event, Monitor Productions, Hammer Time Boxing Incorporated, and the Casino Association of New Jersey. Cable Plus pay-per-view. Call 762-1222.
This 4th of July, celebrate victory along with Pastors Dwayne and Kit Brewington at Victory Christian Church in Rockville. Service is at 11 o'clock. The Victory Christian Church meets at Rockville High School, 2100 Baltimore Road. Here, Pastor Brew and Pastor Kit share the Word of God.
1 Timothy chapter 2 tells us that the Lord our Savior would have all men to be saved and come into a knowledge of the truth.
Our vision for Victory Christian Church is that all men be saved and come to a knowledge of that truth. God's Word is that truth. We preach the Word, and the Word will change your life. We invite you to join us for a life-changing experience at Victory Christian Church.
The Victory Christian Church is open to all and meets at 11 o'clock at Rockville High School, 2100 Baltimore Road. For more information, call 301-428-0094. Victory Christian Church, 11 o'clock Sunday at Rockville High School.
When problems arise, you can minimize trouble with sound legal advice by calling attorney Brian F. Lee at his Rockville offices. Located at 1 Church Street in Suite 802, attorney Brian F. Lee specializes in providing people with expert legal services at affordable rates. Call 301-251-0202 for a free initial consultation and an additional 10% fee discount on all attorney Brian F. Lee's legal services, including auto accidents, medical malpractice, divorce, DWI, and workman's comp. Call attorney Brian F. Lee today at 301-251-0202 to discuss your legal problem and be assured of sound advice. Your free consultation and 10% fee discount is just a phone call away. Call 301-251-0202 for attorney Brian F. Lee. That number again is 301-251-0202. That's 301-251-0202.
Painting your home or apartment isn't all that difficult. That is, if you have the right supplies, the right advice, and of course, the right paint. There's a lot of paint out there, and the brand that has the consistency and lasting power you need can be found at one local place, the Gaithersburg Paint Center. They feature the famous Benjamin Moore line of paints with over 2,000 colors in stock. Plus, they have the Benjamin Moore computer color matching system that lets you see the job done before even the first stroke is applied. Benjamin Moore paints and supplies at Gaithersburg Paint Center makes everything you do look like a stroke of brilliance. On sale right now at Gaithersburg Paint Center is More Glow exterior paint at $5 off a gallon. In fact, the Gaithersburg Paint Center has a whole list of supplies on sale right now. Stop by the Gaithersburg Paint Center showroom today on Route 355 North Frederick Avenue, across from the Paisanos Pizza Place in the 400 block. The Gaithersburg Paint Center is ready to help you do the job right the first time.